So in the past few years, we've seen a big increase in smartwatches. I have one right here. This is the Fitbit Charge 3, I believe it is. And we've seen this big rise in terms of the Apple Watch, the Fitbit, the Pebble watches, all of these things for smart technology that syncs with our phones. Obviously, the Fitbit is more for sport people who are into fitness, going to the gym, going for runs, working out, trying to be their best physical self. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, that's obviously why you're watching this video. And I wanted to talk about, something that I found was kind of like a bit of a secret when it comes to having a Fitbit. It's one of the things that you won't see on an Amazon page when they're telling you what this product has. They tell you all of the great features, that it will track your sleep and how many steps you've done in a day or how many flights of stairs you've walked, all of these great features, but it doesn't tell you this one little thing that I only noticed once I actually bought my own. So the thing that I found out when I got my first Fitbit and actually put it on was that I noticed something mentally that switched in my head. Because you put the Fitbit on and you never really take it off because you've got it on overnight as it's tracking your sleep. You're clearly going to be wearing it in the daytime when you're walking and going upstairs, and maybe when you go to the gym. It's one of these things that once you buy it, it's sort of stuck onto your wrist and doesn't necessarily go away. The thing that I found that happened when I got this was that in my mind there was like a reminder whenever I saw this, whenever it vibrates every hour to tell me to walk and take 250 steps. It reminds me that I'm not just wearing this Fitbit just so I can track all of these different bits of data. I'm actually tracking it because I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be in a mindset, in a state that allows me to always feel healthy and to care about what I'm actually putting into my body, what I'm drinking, what I'm eating, how I'm moving. The act of having this on my wrist actually motivated me to actually work out more and to do some of the things that I wouldn't typically do. So for example, when I go to work, I will always take the 3 to 4 flights of stairs just because I want to up the counter on my Fitbit. Whereas if I didn't have that on, I probably wouldn't do it, and I certainly wouldn't do it as frequently as I do. And so there's this thing that when you put it on, I feel like there's something that triggers in your mind because you associate yourself with being a more healthier person. I'm sure that if you're someone who can drive a car or has a motorbike or something like that, a vehicle that allows you to get around, at one point you never could. You kind of felt like you were trapped in your town. You couldn't go to these places that you wanted to. But as soon as you got a car, for example, you had this new level of freedom. All of these options were now available to you, and you could go to these different places. When in reality, for the most part, you could have always got to those places anyway. You could have, taken a taxi or a bus or cycled. You could have always got to these places, but only now, since you've got a car, you can actually get to those areas. And that's kind of what it's like with wearing a Fitbit. You have all of these options already. Every single day you can walk 10,000 steps. Every single day you can choose to walk up a flight of steps. Every single day you can choose to do all of these things. However, it's not until you put it on your wrist do you mentally have that connection in your head where it clicks and you understand that you can do those things, and it forces you to do it, because you want to. And that's kind of what it's like with this. You can do these things, but you don't necessarily do it. And so, if you're thinking about getting a Fitbit, I would suggest that you do, just for the psychology of how it makes you feel like you are a much healthier and fitter person. And you'll find that you will actually push yourself to do more on a day-to-day basis just because it's tracking you and keeping you accountable. That's what the biggest thing that I found with this iPhone and with this Fitbit talking to one another is it forces me to look at my mistakes, the work that I've put in. Am I actually working hard, or am I lying? You can always lie to yourself, but if your Fitbit's telling you that you've not done well for that day, then the data's not lying. You kind of got to force yourself into doing better, and that's kind of how you get yourself to be fitter and work out on a consistent daily basis to actually improve. Thanks for watching this video. On this YouTube channel, I talk a lot about health, wealth and fitness. A lot of it comes down to mindset. I speak a little bit about online business and stoicism. If any of that interests you, be sure to go ahead and check out some of the other videos on this YouTube channel. I'll link some up here. Please give this video a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Have a great day.